What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new season on the Truck Central YouTube channel. This video is being sponsored by World of Tanks, a PC game. World of Tanks is a free-to-play game featuring over 600 different war machines coming from the mid-20th century era. There's 30 different types of maps. All of them are inspired by real-world locations. There's different game modes. The tanks come from 11 different countries. I mean, it's an insane tank game. You can literally shoot on the move, shoot on the spot, shoot from the sky. You can run over pumpkins. You can destroy private property. You can park where you want, blow up turrets, ram enemies, drown enemies, fall on enemies, and even admire the sunset. Ooh. I mean, this game is fantastic. Actually, no. It's tank-tastic. So go to the link below in the description. You can register and test the game and use the code TANKTASTIC. Now, this code is only good for players who register for the first time on the Wargaming portal. But what that does is that'll give you 7 premium days, 500 gold, and a premium tank, the T127 tank. There's already over 180 million fans worldwide, so go join them. Hit up the link below, go into the Wargaming portal, enter the code TANKTASTIC, and start having some fun on World of Tanks for your PC. So it has been a long time since some of you guys have seen this truck on Truck Central. This is my 2017 Silverado, and in this video, I'm basically going to be taking you guys through a complete owner's review. I've owned this truck now for about 2.5 years. Actually, it's going on more like 3 years because I bought the truck back in July of 2017. Come July, it'll be 3 years for this truck, and I can tell you right now, it's been a joy to own. This is the first truck I've ever owned. My parents had a truck growing up, but this is the first truck I bought and the first truck I've owned. And you know, going into this, I was never really a truck guy. I just wasn't. I always drove cars, and when I finally got this truck, I think I was missing out a little bit. Now, one of the reasons why I bought this truck, first of all, before we get into the review process of the vehicle, I wanted one because I wanted to be able to tow my car. Those of you guys that don't know, maybe you're coming and watching this video for the first time. I have a 2013 Camaro ZL1, which I race, and I have a enclosed car trailer, so this truck tows that car to and from the track or to and from the shop or wherever I'm taking it. So I wanted to be able to do that. And also, I work at a steel mill local to me, and driving a car in and out of that place really beats up the car. They aren't normal roads like you see out in public. It's more like dirt, gravel, a bunch of stones, a bunch of potholes. It's just not an ideal road to drive on if you have a regular car. So this truck handles it nicely, and that's another reason why. This truck has 4-wheel drive, so it's good in any types of weather, snow, any bad conditions, it'll handle it. So let's go into the review of the truck. This is a 1500 LT model. This is not the LTZ. And the reason I went this route and just did the LT was because the LTZ model added a lot of chrome on the front bumper, which I did not like, and I wanted the paint match front bumper. I wanted the blacked out bow tie up front. I just wasn't a fan of chrome. I still am not a fan of chrome on trucks. Obviously, to each their own, but it's not what I wanted, so I ended up getting the Z71 package, which gives you that paint matched bumper. And what that also gives you is Rancho shocks. At the time, I had optioned the 22-inch black wheels with their all-terrain tire. I think it was a Bridgestone Dueler, I think they were, yes, if I'm not mistaken. Now, since then, I have put on different wheels and tires, and we'll get to that and the different mods I've done to this truck a little bit later here in the video. But first, I just want to say again that this truck has caused me no issues in the 3 years that I've owned it. I've literally just done oil changes with the truck. I haven't really done anything to fix anything because nothing's really broke on it. The only thing that happened recently was they came out with a recall for the brake assist, the power brake assist. Basically, what's happening is some trucks need some increased brake pedal effort, so you won't come to a stop as easily, or you have to hit the brake a little harder. I haven't really noticed it, although I can take my truck in to get it fixed anytime I want. I haven't really taken advantage of that, and I probably should, but I haven't really noticed anything weird. Now, this truck, believe it or not, has the 5.3 V8. There's two options for the V8. There's the 5.3 and there's the 6.2. Obviously, the 6.2 has a little more power, a little more torque, but the 5.3 isn't a slouch at all. Looking back on it, should I have got the 6.2 to help towing? Maybe, but the 6.2 was quite a significant jump in price, and I had my price range where I wanted to buy my truck. This truck sat right around the $50,000 range when it was new. So this truck has the leather interior. It actually has a very rare leather bench seat. I don't know if you can see in the video here, probably not, but the bench seat allows for a flip up center console, so you have a third seat in the middle. The regular seats are 2 buckets and a center console that goes all the way through to the floor and connects to the front dash panel. Now, I don't have that. Mine is open on the floor here, and under the dash, there's a little place here to put things. There's a plug, like a normal house plug. There's a 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. So this truck also has the tow package that I wanted. So it has the trailer brake switch integrated right into it, which is nice. Also with the tow package, it gives you like a, I don't know how to say it, like it's almost like a Jake brake, but not a legit Jake brake. What it does is it holds the RPM, so it allows the truck to slow down, so it's less wear and tear on your brakes. Obviously, it's got a tow haul mode for the transmission for shifting. And the transmission in this truck is the 6-speed. It's not the 8-speed or the 10-speed like the new ones. It's just the 6-speed. And I can tell you right now, I've never really had an issue when I towed. If I tow with a full load, which is pretty much just the trailer in the car, maybe some things in the trailer, maybe some things in the truck bed, it tows fine. Obviously, it doesn't have the get up like a diesel does, but as far as everything else is concerned, the truck tows no problem. Now, something to think about if you do want to go with this truck, but you still want to tow a car or something heavy like that, I would say that you're going to want to invest in some airbags. And that's exactly what I did for the rear. I put airlift airbags right in the rear. So what I can do is when I'm towing something heavy, instead of the rear end kind of squatting a lot and then you have some front end lifting, you can level it out with the airbags, and that's what I've done. I towed about a year and a half without those, and I can tell you it's a world of difference, and it just makes the drive that much better. That's one of the big differences between like the 1500s and the 2500s is the stability in the rear. So when you add airbags like that, it's phenomenal. It's a world of difference. So basically, the best way I can put it is this truck is almost like an LTZ, except it just doesn't have the 6.2 V8. It doesn't have a leather wrapped dash, and it doesn't have a powered passenger seat or like a memory driver's seat. That's it. It has a powered driver's seat. It has heated leather seats. It's got all the climate control. It doesn't have a Bose sound system. That's another thing I think that the LTZ comes with. I didn't really care about that as much. I just wanted a red hot truck with the Z71 package. I wanted the tow package, and I wanted leather seats, and I didn't really care too much. And another thing to mention too, this is not a crew cab, this is an extended cab. So the crew cab would obviously be a little bit larger in the back. The extended cab is just kind of like the half doors in the back, and that's also a little more rare. A lot of people do the crew cab because if you have a family or something and they're in the back, you're obviously going to want some more room for them. But at the time, you know, it's myself and Lauren, my girlfriend, so we didn't really need that at this time. So I just took the regular extended cab. Obviously, that drove the price down as well too. So like if I would have added a double cab with a 6.2 V8, the price would have been much different. So I'd have probably been more in the $55,000 range instead of a $50,000 range. And honestly, unless you're in that back seat for hours on end, it's really not that uncomfortable. I should say it's actually more comfortable than you'd think. Overall, the truck's been great to drive. The gas mileage is obviously, well, it's a truck and it's a V8, so you don't get the best gas mileage. But other than that, it's great. Now, moving on to different things I've done to the truck, obviously, the first thing you can hear is the exhaust that I put on the truck. So, the first thing I did to this thing was I put tint on the windows. I think that's the very first thing, was tint. So I tinted the front windows to match the rear factory tint, and then I put a tint strip up here on the windshield. I think it's 15% on the sides is what it was, and 15% on the windshield. That was the first thing I did. Then I did a cold air intake on the engine by Cold Air Inductions, and that was followed by a Corsa Sport catback exhaust system. That's what you were hearing. Sounds great. Sounds awesome. In fact, I'll show you some exhaust clips right here. Now, shortly after I did that, I ended up getting my trailer to tow my car. So what I did is I invested in some tow mirrors. Now, this truck had come with the regular style mirrors, not a tow mirror, and it did not have a turn signal on the mirror like the LTZ option gives you. So what I did is I actually got the tow mirrors with the turn signal in them and the cargo lights for the go in reverse. And I ended up getting a wiring harness from a guy that makes them online. So I switched out the door wiring harnesses so I could utilize the turn signals on the mirror, and I could also utilize the cargo lights on the mirror. And what I did is I wired it so when I throw it in reverse, the lights on the mirror light up to see in reverse, and then when I use a turn signal, the turn signals obviously work. So that was an upgrade I did. Now it's still a powered mirror and everything like that, but the mirror, when you extend the mirror, that's not powered. That's a manual. You just pull it out or push it back in. Honestly, I don't really use that too often. The tow mirrors are big enough as it is, so I really don't need to pull them out even more. But they have definitely helped. I mean, definitely helped. Like, that was a big thing for me. When I put those on and towed my trailer, I was like, wow, I can see a lot better now. So if you guys, again, if you guys are going to get this truck and you want to tow something big, I'd say go online and invest in some tow mirrors. So actually, before all this, I believe I did the leveling kit on the truck first. So I have a 2-inch level up front, and what that does is it raises the front to be even with the rear. So there's no rake in the truck anymore. When you buy these from factory, the front is always lower than the rear. And I think the Z71 off-road package is actually an inch or so higher than a normal truck. So if you don't get this off-road package, your truck will sit lower on all fours than a Z71. So my truck actually sits pretty high in the back from the factory. So what I did is I raised the front up, and it kind of gave it a nice leveled look. It looked a lot cleaner, I thought. But then again, the issue when I was towing is it would squat more in the back. So that's why I bought the load lifter airbags, and that's pretty much where they came into play. I also put a Diode Dynamics 18-inch light bar in the front of my truck. I kind of have it hidden behind the grill for a little stealth look. So I'll use that sometimes if it's really dark, you're going off-roading and you need a light. It's perfect for that. Now, one of the bigger things I did to this truck, and obviously the most noticeable, is the wheel and tire package. So I've been searching a long time for wheels and tires to go on this truck. And I didn't know what fitment I wanted. I didn't know what size I wanted. I didn't know what kind of stance I wanted. I didn't know like anything about the different measurements on truck wheels. So I went online and researched and found the look that I wanted to do. So I ended up going with Anthem off-road wheels. They are the equalizers. They're a 20 by 12 with a -44 offset. Now they are wrapped with Mickey Thompson Baja ATZ all-terrain tires. They're a 305 55/20, I believe. It's a 33 by 12 and a half, I think, by 20. I love the look of it. I love the stance. It just makes the truck look a whole lot different. They're still not that bad to tow with. They are a little bit heavier on all four corners. You can kind of feel that. But as far as towing is concerned, they tow fine. I never had any issues with them. The only thing I really had to do to the truck on the front for the clearance and so I could turn basically lock to lock was I had to do the NorCal mod, which if you look it up online, you can find it. I'm not going to explain it right now, but it's called the NorCal mod, and it allows you to get more clearance when you turn from lock to lock, basically. Now, it's funny talking about the front wheels in the truck. I actually had a set of Chevy Performance brakes on this. They were the big old Brembo, like, big brake. I forget how big they were. I think they were 13-inch, 14. How big were the rotors? No, they were 16-inch rotors. And I'll tell you what, they stopped the truck like no other. I will say that. Now, when I did these wheels, the brakes would not fit. They were too big. Because of the offset on this wheel and the design, I was not able to fit those brakes in those wheels. So I ended up going with a factory size rotor and brake setup, but I did the Power Stop brand. So they are a little bit better than factories. They're meant for bigger tires and wheels on a truck. Again, I couldn't complain with that. They work great. Other than that, I've just been doing little mods here and there. The truck, you know, I did all the blacked out badging. So the Silverado, the Z71, the Z71 logo on the front grill, that's all like blacked out to match the truck. I did a little wrap on the tailgate to match the tail lights. Actually, that's what I forgot to tell you guys about. I did do a set of tail lights on the back from Spider. They've been working great. I love the looks of them. I tinted the headlights as well. So I just been doing little things like I said. You know, it's still a daily driver truck. I don't want to go too crazy on it so it becomes like not a daily and I'm like always doing things to it. So I just did little tasteful things here and there. and just customize it to my liking. And the truck's been great. You know, it's actually running right now on a 93 octane tune. I did take into Complete Street Performance a year or so ago, and I told him just put a 93 tune on it, just give it a little more, because I had obviously the intake and exhaust done. So I was like, yeah, give it a tune, 93 tune, and that'll be that. But I really like the truck, and I think it still looks good today. A lot of people, I guess there's some conflicting opinions with the newer generation Silverado, but I think this generation still looks great. I think it will continue to look great, and I'm sure I'll have this truck for another, who knows how long, maybe 4 or 5 years at least, I don't know, until I guess something new and exciting comes out. But that nothing has come out that has caught my interest, so I'll be keeping this truck and having fun with it. And if you guys are in the market to get one from this generation, I say definitely do it, because like I said, I've had no issues. It's been great to me. So that pretty much brings us to the end of this review video. So definitely subscribe to the Truck Central YouTube channel, because there's gonna be a lot more actual owner review videos coming. And if you guys don't know who I am, I run the Guitarmageddon ZL1 YouTube channel and Instagram page. So definitely subscribe, because I'm gonna actually be doing an owner's review of our 2019 Blazer. And again, thanks to World of Tanks for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more truck content. And as always, have a great day.